and we'll sort this out. We'll get this clean. We'll also, some of the things that we're putting together from now is having the Q&A. Uh, we have our Slack that we have set up. You guys will be able to join that and then be able to have access to specific channels for specific reasons, behind the scenes, a lot of stuff coming, Patreon as well. So we'll get into all that, but this is still only the first episode. So a lot to do, and look forward to it. Next, we have health and harmony. So let's hop over to that. My thoughts on health and harmony as a section, really just that. You talk about vaccines, you talk about what to eat, salt in your diet, different things. Again, just being from the Caribbean culture, the Jamaican culture, eating natural is part of it, right? Fruits, banana, all that stuff. Grew up in a household where I didn't have access to all the Dunkaroos and the Rice Krispies and all these cool snacks that everybody had. It was fruits. And that's all that you had that was there, right? And obviously that played into how I see things in the future, even as far as salt. I can't eat certain foods now because we didn't have this wide. I think my mom is diabetic. There's a point where that shift, and so some of the food, even the cultural food that would normally have a certain amount of salt intake, we found different variations. Shout out to my mom to change some of these recipes, still make it taste good, but also healthier too. So certain things now I just can't eat because of how apparent the salt is, for example. In my house now, my girlfriend and I, it's fruits, it's vegetables, it's kale. Kale is one of those things those superfoods that my dad did a lot of research on when we were younger, so to incorporate some of that stuff. So this is kind of what we'll speak about here, among other things as well. But that's kind of where my mind is at, and I'd love to be able to share that because I know a lot of people may not have had the same type of upbringing, but also have access to the same type of information. And what the beautiful thing is, and Dad, I'll let you chime in here after this. The beautiful thing is we live in a world with AI, as we just talked about. So you have access to ChatGPT, and you can take some of these ideas. And if you're thinking about incorporating a kale type recipe because you hear what we're talking about, you have access to be able to do that. And then we'll also have some other stuff in the pipeline. I won't reveal just yet, but stay tuned. That will also make that a lot easier moving forward. Still not going to say too much. So yeah, Dad, what do you think about health and harmony as a segment of ours?
Yes, exactly. Like, because I'm never going to be the type of person who will. And I live in Ottawa, and Roydell lives in Quebec. So in Ottawa, there's a lot of people with I call them the red bag people, right? They go to this gym. I forgot what it's called.
Mm.
So you will see everyone walking
Oh, good
around with a
life,
red
good life.
bag.
Yeah.
Good life fitness, right? It's good marketing. So I'm not a big, even though I used to be an athlete. I think I still am an athlete, even though I'm older. I can still live that life as much as I can. But I just think we should insert healthy living in the way you live. Like for example, I don't walk up any stairs. I always run up the stairs, right? That type of thing. So I kind of just insert just internalize all the different things that healthy living. I eat, well, like say twice a day, so I will not eat until the next day at 2 o'clock, right? And that's just a normal thing that I do. Things like that. So I think health and its impact, right? If you eat a lot of acidic foods, then that will have an impact on how much you learn. And I'm a lifelong learner, so I'm always learning. Right, I'm in AI, I'm in
But
blockchain.
you don't know any of the chemistry and the biology of how this stuff works. So this
Right.
we're just bringing down old time wisdom. So this is
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
um you know we're keeping it very surface level at this point in time.
Yeah.
But
It's true.
again, when you want to get down into amino acids and understanding the cellular, all that stuff, these are conversations I had to sit through when I was
Go with
younger and really understanding it. I want to have you understand while other kids, for example, had posters of their Michael Jordan and all that stuff. what was put into my room, right? Put
Right,
into,
right,
I had the
right.
periodic table: hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, sodium,
Yeah,
magnesium, potassium,
right.
all the way through. Understand what
Shante
a
has,
halogen and what a noble gas, right?
right.
Understand
Shante
valence
has the
electrons.
globe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the full. So these are, it's a,
Shante has the globe. Wait. I think Shante in Shante's the globe, the globe. So I'll walk in the room and say, okay, where am I? Right.
mm-hmm.
I think Kayla has the human body, or no, Shante has the human body. Right. So kind of know, okay, that's not the knee bone, it's the patella. Right.
Yeah, and those,
Right.
we're
That's
gonna,
not the right. Let's see. So it's important. It's important to. I believe I start doing accelerated learning because I wanted to make sure that my kids can learn anything really, really fast without going through the drudgery. Like it shouldn't be painful to learn. So I start doing accelerated learning. Just start reading a lot of books and photo reading, speed reading, mind mapping, and things like that. Visualization, memory. Okay, you
mm-hmm.
can memorize anything, put it on your body, turn numbers into pictures and things like that. So I start doing all that. But then I'm still keeping it close to health. Then I
Yeah.
realized that when I start doing more research, I realized that if there's a adverse effect, there's a negative effect on over acidification. If you eat a lot of sugar and then ask the kids to learn, right? That's when I start making sure that only fruits on the table. Sugar in terms of maltose or sucrose, the different types of sugar, and the how they kind of break down when it goes through the body and go down for energy, ATP or whatever. Like what is affecting that in terms of food, and what type of food is enabling learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because my thing was, if then I realized that there's a definite link between